Each week in Taiwan by Number, we share a facet of life in Taiwan by way of some digits. And this week, we're going to be talking about Taiwan's legislature. Now, I know it sounds dry, but I promise you, this is going to be fascinating. But before we begin, I have to point out the elephant in the room. Both of you are wearing exactly the same color. You look like twins.
Twin power. We're teaming up against you. No.
Someone said pink in the group chat. You know, I'm a team player, so.
Actually, I'm wearing different shades, but it looks the same.
Very good, very good. Well,
we
sadly, the one thing that I'm very sad to say is there is no pink party in Taiwan's legislature. I do want to start off straight away by showing you a chart of what the current legislature looks like after the elections on Saturday. Let's have a look at that. So you can see there the green seats, that's the DPP, they have a majority, followed by the blue seats, the KMT, and a smattering of other smaller parties, perhaps the most diverse legislature in history here in Taiwan. But I want to focus on the number at the bottom, 113. And so my question for you is, according to the United Nations Development Program, what is the global average for number of parliamentarians or legislators per country?
In the States, they have like 400 or something.
That's a big country, though.
That is a big country. I'm going to say on average, I'm going to go in the middle between the two references I know. I'm going to go 200.
200?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to say 120.
Let's see what it is.
Oh, wow!
245.
Good for
Okay,
Leslie.
so 245. Now, I should say that Taiwan didn't always have 113 legislators. That only happened as of the elections in 2008. Now, before that, how many lawmakers were there in Taiwan's legislature?
Is it 237 or something like that?
237?
I studied this 100.
100? All right, let's have a look at the answer.
225.
225.
Wow.
So essentially what they did was they halved it. But that's actually, the original was closer to the global average of 245.
Interesting.
Now my question for you is, what is the largest legislative body in the world? Where is it, and how many people does it have?
Natalie, go ahead.
The United States?
Yeah,
430 or whatever you said.
okay.
I remember it's like India. They have like 650.
Let's have a look at the answer.
Whoa!
So nearly 3,000 members of this is the National People's Congress in China.
Does that count?
It does count.
Okay.
They actually are elected,
was
but
gonna
not
ask the same
directly
thing.
by the people. It's elected by a lower body, so it's a tier system, and they also vote on legislation. So it's different. It's not the same as a democracy like we have
That's
here
a
in
trick
Taiwan.
question.
I do want to show you another look at that same body. Let's have a look at this. So that's what it looks like if you
Whoa.
plot them out with dots on a
They
little
have
chart
different
there.
parties as well?
They do have people from different groups that participate. All those little red dots, that's the Communist Party of China. So of course they have a majority in that legislative body. But it's interesting to see that, right? 3,000 seats as compared to 113 here in Taiwan. Now, in the most recent election, Taiwan saw its number of female lawmakers rise again. And this is an
That's
area
great.
that Taiwan does very well in. So my question for you is, what percentage of Taiwan's lawmakers are women?
Well, I know last time it was, I think, 39%, so let's say 42%.
42%, Leslie?
45.
45%. Let's have a look at the answer.
Hey, I got it.
41.6%. We'll say you can round up for that. Nice
That's
job,
right.
Natalie.
Right.
So there are a total of 47 lawmakers who are women in Taiwan's 113-member legislature. So that's good, but it's still about 10 seats away from parity. Now I want to tell you a little bit about the woman that we just saw on that slide there. She is the most senior member of the legislature that is a woman. That's Huang Zhaoshun. So I think you maybe have heard of her before. She served for 8 terms, a total of 27 years. Now, in this last election, she did not win re-election, but the person who's taking over her seat is a woman. So
They're used to having a woman helping them out.
that's right. So I guess it's very something that they're used to there in that district. Now I want to finish up by talking about age. Now this one I'm more excited about than any of the other figures, and the reason is they're both looking at me like
Exciting.
is because I calculated the numbers myself.
Oh, good for you.
So I went through all of the lawmakers and I found the average age of all the lawmakers in this legislature and the last one. Let's start off with this one. What is the average age of lawmakers in Taiwan?
I'm going to guess 48, and I think I know what the last one was. Can I say it?
Yes.
50.
Okay, interesting. 48. So 48.
I think they're
down
getting
from 50.
younger.
Okay.
I'm going to say 41.
41. Okay, very interesting. Let's have a look at the answer.
52.3. They're getting older
52.3.
older than last time, right?
Actually, no, you were right. This legislature is about 1 year and 7 months younger
Oh, then I remember
than the last one. So you do
wrong.
remember it correctly. And of course, this all relies on my good math. So if you have better math, you have a different answer, let me know. I'd be interested to know the answer there. Now, I want to tell you about the guy that we just saw on that slide, Guo Guowen. He is the exact average age of a legislator in Taiwan's legislature. He's 52 years old.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Thanks, Andrew.
I crunched those numbers. It took me about an hour, but we did it. And that's today's Taiwan by Number.